Thank you so much, Zamina. It's so nice of you, and thank you to the Center for Muslim States and Societies because you're really playing a very important role in the community, not only in the academic community, but in the community in general here in Western Australia. There's a lot of need of these type of institutions around here. So just a couple of words. I had the pleasure to meet Toussif through AFI some time ago, just a few months ago actually, and Toussif came to my office at some point with some of his work, and we started a conversation, it's really, I'm very pleased that you're able to have an exhibition here at the Lawrence Wilson. I think that Toussif is quite a rare person because he puts together really so much in terms of his artistic skills, his obviously his faith, and by the way, happy Ramadan to everyone tonight. And in Egypt they would say "Kullu sana wa antum tayyibin." So that's a good way to welcome everyone after iftar. Toussif is one of the present calligraphers that comes from a very long chain of this artistic endeavor that started really very much at the time or shortly after the time of the Prophet Muhammad. So when you talk about calligraphy, you talk in Arabic, you talk about a chain of transmission that goes from the moment in which the new religion, the new state as well was established shortly after the death of Muhammad. And the main impetus, it was really, the mid of the 7th century was the moment in which Arabic became established as a literary language because the Quran was revealed and there was a need to have a physical realization of the word that was only spoken by the Prophet. And so by about 650, they made an effort to write it down. And this was the beginning of Arabic as a literary language and the beginning of calligraphy as a form of art. Because if you think, Islam spread so fast, and also obviously on the secular side, Damascus became the capital very soon, just in about 680 they were already dominating most of North Africa and the area, and so all the existing buildings, the churches and the temples were turned into mosques, and they needed to have a physical representation of the new Word of God. So that's how calligraphy really became a way of expressing not only the Word but also the beauty of the Word of God. And so that's really, if you ask anyone among in Islamic art what they consider as the form of art, it's not miniature painting, it's not the ability to make good glass pieces or good ceramic pieces, is the ability to write with the calligraphic skills. So in this case, Toussif is really a representative of this very long chain of transmission, and he has fully mastered, of course, the different types of calligraphy, but it is really the process that is important. The calligraphist is someone who can write the Word of God, and so he has, or she has, really a different status, and writing the Word of God, of course, is a way to meditate on this. And the works of Toussif, if you have seen them, and you realize how complex they are, you really realize also that it takes a long time for him to create each one of the works. And so, if you think of the process, it's on large pieces of paper that he needs to design on the other side of the paper on kind of mirror image, so it's like writing in reverse, and then do the paper cutting, and then finishing the work, and have it sandwiched in two pieces of glass so that it also projects a shadow when it's exhibited. So the process is a very, very long one, and it's almost like that of a Sufi, I suppose, really meditating all the time on what you do and what you like to do. And so, you know, the exhibition, of course, which is also in the occasion of this year's Ramadan, has a very strong religious feeling to it. But calligraphy obviously can be anything, and